Welcome to Airborne on staugustine.com. I'm your host, Matt Jeffs, bringing interesting people from your world so you can stay dialed into your community and the folks who make it tick. I want to welcome to Airborne KrisPhillips from WFOI. I might say that. I'm still used to that. Forgive me. I've grown up here.
Fine.
But actually, News Talk 1240. WFOI, am I correct?
That's right. That's
and
exactly right.
ESPN 1420. Welcome, Kris. How are you today?
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
It's good to have you. You are in charge of historic radio station. I want to just get that out right away, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. Of course, WFOY stands for the Fountain of Youth.
Right.
And it's been around St. Augustine for longer than I've been alive. It is a very historic station, and has been covering St. Augustine, St. Johns County for a very long time.
I remember reading somewhere that the Reverend Billy Graham his very first broadcast was WFOY.
That's correct. In fact, we have a photograph of Reverend Graham over at the station, but it was the very first station where he broadcast.
Launched his broadcasting career.
And the rest is history.
Wow,
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, it's been a great station forever. It's still a great station. Now the format is more, as you call, news talk. Is that correct?
That's right.
And not as much music? Or tell us a little bit about formatting and things like that.
Well, you know, ESPN 1420.
Right.
Obviously a sports station now, but at one time was a traditional country music station.
That's right, I remember.
But of course, a lot of people now don't enjoy listening to music on AM radio. It really is almost solely devoted, most of the AM airwaves in the country are devoted to some form of news talk, whether it be religious programming, sports programming, or straight news.
It lends itself well to the human voice.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. And of course, Rush Limbaugh, whether you like or dislike him, has really been credited with the sort of rebirth of AM radio.
Yeah, revival. He has that booming delivery and all that works well on the
It really does. It really does.
Now, WFOY, 1240 News Talk, and 1420 ESPN, well, WFOI specifically is more of a community station.
Absolutely.
And what role nowadays does a community station play in the grand scheme of things?
Well, to me, that is what makes WFOY different from everything else out there. You know, we're sort of in a unique position here in St. Augustine in that we have two local St. Augustine radio stations, but listeners can also tune in every day to Jacksonville radio.
True.
So what is it about News Talk 1240 or the ESPN station that would make people want to listen to a local station? And it is our local flavor. It's that we cover St. Johns County. If you want to know about what's going on right here in your community, if you want to know about businesses that are within 10 to 15 miles of your home or your own business, if you want to hear about local sports, when a hurricane strikes, I personally don't care what's going on over in Jacksonville Beach. I want to know what's happening here.
Correct.
And so that is what makes us completely different from any other radio station really in the country. We cover St. Johns County. That is the only thing that we are interested in. We are locally focused, and that's our goal, is to become more and more local.
You know what I think also is a very valuable aspect of that, if you don't mind me saying, is your website. I can click on that and hear live broadcasting. Isn't that correct?
That's right.
So anywhere I go in the world, if I want to check on what's going on at home, if I want to hear what the weather report is, or whether, again, like you say, I'm a storm or something, which bridges are closed, and I've got family in town.
Yes.
I'm able to stay dialed in to St. Augustine, St. Johns County, but because of your access to the web, anywhere in the world.
Absolutely anywhere. And it is things as important as what you're describing if a hurricane is striking here, and things like local high school football when the St. Augustine High School football team is making it to the state championships, and their parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends around the country, around the world want to know what's going on. They can log on to our website, 1240news.com, click the Listen Live button, and hear all the coverage.
That's unique. That
yes,
really
it is.
And that's something not only unique, but also valuable as well.
Yes.
We're in a new age now, and we have iPods, we have podcasts, we have satellite radio. Is a station like WFOI going to go away, become obsolete because of that?
You know, it's funny to me when you talk about radio and you look back in the past 50 years, how many times have people said radio is going to be dead any day now? And you know, as we're taping this right now, of course, XM and Sirius, the satellite radio companies, in Chapter 11.
That's right.
We don't really know what the future of satellite radio holds.
Yeah.
We have seen iPod use, even among young people, has diminished somewhat, but you look at stations that are more focused on young people, they aren't losing listeners. That's how they find out about new pop culture, new songs that are coming out.
Right.
If you look at radio stations, not only around here, but all over the country, the most popular formats are news talk, especially in this economy where people are very concerned about wanting to know what's going on every minute with the stock market, with what President Obama may be proposing.
Yeah.
News talk has become more and more important. And so I see a very significant role for radio, particularly news talk radio, for many decades to come.
What do you see in the future for WFOY? What's coming down the road? Can you predict?
Well, my hope and my goal is that we become more and more local. Mm-hmm. We are a mix right now of both local and national programming. Right. And again, I think the thing that separates us from everyone else is what kind of programming can we offer to people in St. Johns County that they can't get anywhere else. And that would be local programming.
Right.
And so the challenge for me is figuring out how do we bring people local programming in an affordable way, in an affordable way for me.
Right.
But to me, that's the direction that we always have to be moving, is more and more local.
Yeah.
And when you look around the country right now, because there are a lot of major radio broadcasters who are really struggling right now. And it's unfortunate that the first thing that they looked at when they were going to start cutting the budget, because I guess they were so highly paid, was a lot of their on-air talent.
Yeah.
But those were the people that gave them a local flavor.
Right.
And so when you start cutting that, that's what people are listening for.
Right.
That's what they want to hear.
Yeah.
So that's the struggle, I think, for all broadcasters, is how do we bring more and more local information to people in an affordable and entertaining way.
Yeah. We really appreciate having you come here to the St. Augustine Record and staugustine.com. 1240 News Talk, or News Talk 1240, I'll get it right. It's all still WFOY to me. And
it all works.
1420 ESPN. If people would like to learn more, maybe they'd like to contact you. Is there any contact information that they could learn more? Our viewers, share it with us, please.
You can call me at 797-4444, extension 5, or you can always go on our websites, 1240news.com and 1420sports.com.
Terrific. KrisPhillips, thank you so much for coming in and telling us about this historic radio station that you're keeping with us here in St. Johns County.
Thanks for the invitation.
My pleasure. You've been airborne with Matt Jeffs on staugustine.com, bringing interesting people from your world so you can stay dialed into your community and the folks who make it tick. See you next time, everybody.